love story. That is not how this went down. Don't let him listen. Anyway.
Take it away. Take the taste from my mouth. Take the inclination from my heart. Take...
Gaby's bored with that drama that you just put forth. We're coming out of that land. You understand me? Because he don't know how to act. Already? Mm-hmm. Hey guys, it's Janice Gaines. I'm back with another edition of Backstage Bonus with some guests. Hi guys.
Hi.
My fave guys. This is my husband, EJ Gaines. And our sweet little babe, Gabriel. Say hi. Hi. Oh, that's so cute. And we are excited to chat with you today. Today we're going to be talking about mine and EJ's love story. And Gabriel's here because, you know,
he's the fruit of that love.
Oh, wow. So we're going to just...
I said it.
Pop right off and embarrass me.
I said it on camera.
I see this is how that's going to go. Well, Gabriel, close your ears.
We're not doing that. It's the G. It's the PG version.
Oh, okay. We'll jump right in. So we recently celebrated our 11-year...
11? Is it 11?
11. We never remember. Oh,
10 plus.
Marriage anniversary. We've been married 11 years.
11 years.
But we've known each other since for how many years? Let's just say.
Don't do that, right.
Yeah.
24, 20,
23, 24 years, something like that.
Yeah.
It was the summer of 1996. June 27th. It was a Thursday.
Was it a Thursday?
We met, yeah. I know this because we met at a math and science program, summer program.
For very, very smart people that are not nerds.
That like to have fun.
And do math problems. 6 days a week.
Yes. In Massachusetts, at Phillips Academy in the summertime. Uh-huh. It was a 3-year summer program during high school. And so we really got to know the people there because you were there for 3 years in the summertime. And so we became besties.
And I fell in love. And she shunned me.
I didn't.
For a decade plus. No, what happened was we were there, everybody was getting their little boyfriends and girlfriends for the summer. I had a plan. Janice, she did not share the same plan. She had a different boyfriend for the summer. And then I said, okay, fine.
Okay.
You're not a floozy kind of,
okay,
I'm not trying to say that you were out there. I'm just saying by the time I came around, you know, people were spoken for. And I ended up just really lonely.
That is not how this went down. Don't let him listen. Anyway, so we graduated from MS Square. We're coming out of that land. You understand me? Because he don't know how to act. We went to college, separate places. Because he's from Chicago. I'm from Memphis. Uh-huh. You went to NYU. Uh-huh. I went to Oberlin. Uh-huh. Still best buds.
Besties. Talked on the phone all the time.
All the time.
And every time I talked to you on the phone, I realized that God was whispering afresh. And he said, that's your wife. And then I would say it to you. And I said, hey, I feel like God is saying that we're supposed to get married. And she said, well, let's pray about it. And then the very next day...
Because that's what you got to do.
That's what you did. The very next day, we get on the phone, and I'd be like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, and she'd say, yeah, I prayed about it. God said no.
He did.
But you didn't have to first shut it down within 1 day of prayer. Like, you need a good 24, 48 prayer hour cycle where you have really sought God, heard something, known it wasn't indigestion.
Listen, here's the thing. You know, when God says no, he says no. And you know it immediately sometimes.
So I just said, I felt
And it
bad.
was more about timing.
It was, but at the time, I didn't know that and you didn't know that. I was shooting my shot and you were like, get that out of here.
I wasn't doing that. Because he was my friend.
With a smile.
But honestly, I thought if you're best friends with somebody and then you get married or you start dating and that doesn't work out, then you lost your best friend. And that was my thought until I was in seminary and you were in law school. Mm-hmm. And I realized it was like an aha moment, as Oprah says. And I was like, oh, you're supposed to marry your best friend. And that's when everything flipped for me. So what are you waiting for? I could never love you more.
She's expediting a little bit for public consumption, but I'm going to put it this way.
Why would I incriminate myself?
Because I put it down. I said, she's an idol. Well, really, the Lord said she's an idol, and I just agreed. And so I said, I'm over Janice. I've been pursuing her for a decade, and she's not realizing how good she could have it. And so I'm done. God, take it away. Take the taste from my mouth. Take the inclination from my heart. Take it away.
You see?
And then and so she called me, and she said, hey, I want to be, I want us to have a right relationship as friends and not, lean into places that we ought not be. And I said, that's fine with me. I don't care. I'm over you. I laid you on the altar.
And then I said, wait. Wait a minute. Don't leave.
But then when I saw her and I realized I wasn't over her. I thought I put it on the altar, but
same.
And I did. Probably the idolatry of it. The only Janice can make me happy.
Yeah.
I died to that piece.
Yeah.
And then she was in proper perspective. And then God said, "Now you're ready." And within
after seeing you after that time, I visited
say it again.
New York City anyway, where he was living at the time. And that visit, that visit is when we pretty much started dating, and we knew, okay, if we're gonna date, then this is it. And so then we told
our families, and they said, finally, it's about time. Y'all been friends for all this time. You've been in love for all, And so then we were engaged by the end of that year.
Yeah. And married the next summer.
Ooh, the proposal. I said, how can I do this? And I didn't know, really. I knew I had a ring. And I knew you knew we were going to go to see The Color Purple on Broadway. And she had gone to, and I made sure I told her, make sure you go get your nails done. And she was like, well, I don't feel like it. She hates.
Well, because you have to surrender your hands. You can't do anything for an hour and you're just sitting there waiting for your hands. It takes too long.
I said, make sure you get your nails done, because I knew she was going to want to take photos. Because I knew she was saying yes. We had kind of been planning the wedding even before the proposal. So I knew it was going to be a yes. I knew it was going to be a yes. I said, she's going to want her nails to look right. So she came. I said, be at my house at a certain time so we can leave to get to the Broadway play. And our song, I bought a bunch of roses, orange rose petals, because she just loved orange and she loved roses. And I sprinkled. I bought so many orange roses from the bodega, and I crumbled them up and sprinkled them all over that floor and lit candles all over the floor and turned off the lights, and I turned up some Frank McComb.
Oh yeah, that was
Love Natural. And that was our song. And so she knocked on the door, and I opened the door, and she had on this red wraparound dress, and I said,
wraparound. I think it was from the Gap.
It wasn't
a different season.
And I was wearing some high collar button up thing with these velvet pinstripe shirts. It was horrible.
Just full of heat.
Horrible. But she opened the door, and it was Love Natural playing, and she said, oh. And she just thinks we're going on a date. She doesn't know that this is the date.
Because it's a special date.
It's a special date.
Broadway,
She saunters in, and I said, dance with me. And she's like, okay. And so we spin it around, and I have this big old ring box in my pocket. And the ring box wasn't just a regular ring box.
Oh, no.
It had a light at the top. So when you open it, the little light came on. And that light hits that diamond, and it said, and so the song is coming to an end, and I said, I'm talking and whispering, how much you mean to me, and I can't believe what God has allowed us to ba. And I'm timing it with, the song, and I get down on that knee and open that box, and she said,
oh my goodness. And Gaby's bored with that drama that you just put forth. He's yawning.
And I said, will you marry me? She said, yeah. And then that was it. And we were engaged.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing is this, when we were going through the process of setting up our wedding website, and we were trying to find old photos from back in the day, I went in my little memory keepsake box from our math and science summer program, and I saw that I had made a mock wedding invitation. And it was, her father's name cordially invites you to the wedding. I was in love, and I knew. And I was 15 at the time, and I wrote this mock wedding invitation, and it ended up being 13 days away from our actual wedding date.
Yeah.
Down to the month, down to the year.
Crazy.
13 days away, and you can't tell me God ain't real.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Our
wedding day was awesome. I think it's so interesting. As a kid, I planned to grow up and do work. I thought I was going to be a doctor. So I wasn't the little girl who grew up dreaming of a wedding. So everything was perfect to me. I mean, it rained like torrential rain.
It was horrible rain. People missed the ceremony.
But I don't even feel any kind of way about that. Like, because they all came to the reception and when I tell you we had a good time.
I say, people are still, if we do an anniversary post right now, people are going to be like, the best wedding I was ever.
Best wedding.
Best reception, best dancing.
Yeah, oh yeah, best music, best dancing, we lived in New York at the time, so we got married. I mean, we had the reception at the Liberty House restaurant overlooking the New York skyline. So it was just awesome.
It was incredible.
You don't need any input from me, 'cause your ways are higher. Yeah, your ways are higher. And my suggestions, they really don't mean nothing, 'cause your ways are better. Yeah, your ways are better. You rule the world, you rule the world, you rule the world, you rule the world. And I'm so glad to know you. I am so glad to know you.
We had different jobs then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was a teacher, you were a Wall Street attorney. And, we paid money for that thing because it was New York.
Listen, young couples in love, I know you think
Save your money.
Don't do that. Don't spend that money. We had a good party. It was a good time. But we also could have had a good house. A big old house. A big old down payment. We could have bought multiple cars. It did not need to be what it was. Now, it was sweet.
It was so sweet, though. We had a good time.
Yeah, we blew the budget.
Maybe you weren't there, but we had a great time.
We had fun.
We had a great time.
And now here we are.
Here we are with Gaby and a new one on the way.